Hey everybody! I know it's been a while since I made a video, so I figured this might be a good chance for me to give a quick summary of movies I've seen already and my thoughts on the Oscar nominations. First off, the first movie I saw of 2012 was The Devil Inside, the found footage exorcist movie, quite possibly one of the worst found footage movies I've ever seen. Possibly one of the worst exorcist movies I've ever seen. Acting was horrible. Completely bored out of my mind. I wasn't scared at all. I was practically laughing throughout the entire movie, and the ending was complete bullshit. So say what you will about The Last Exorcist, but at least that movie had an ending, and at least that was somewhat creepy than this one. Finally checked out War Horse. Good film, but kind of forgettable. It's one of those films where you say to your friends, I did check out War Horse. It was good, and that's about it. That's really all you can say about it. There's nothing else you can say about that film that's going to be quite memorable. It's going to be one of those films that you've seen, but but you probably don't see yourself talking about it for years to come. Next up, Haywire. Fantastic film. I truly enjoyed it. I thought that the leading woman was fantastic. I don't know if this was her first big film. I could be wrong, but if it was, she did a really great job with it. So I would say definitely check it out. It's not really, it's fast paced, but it doesn't do it like Jason Bourne, shaky cam kind of crap. It doesn't do that. Which is good. Then Underworld Awakening, quite possibly the weakest entry in the Underworld series. Uh, there was more action in this thing than story, and I know a lot of people prefer the action, but really, it gets so pointless and boring throughout the entire movie that I just really could not get myself behind it at all. 3D was completely weak, not needed at all, and the way it's set up, the way the ending was, that they're going to make a sequel out of this, no, not going to happen. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Now, I have in front of my laptop here the nominations for the Oscars. Now I watch the Oscars every year because, well, I love the movies. I love to watch movies, and I like to see the films get recognized for years to come. And there's a lot of not so memorable kind of nominations in here. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm going to talk about some of the ones that really, really bother me. Um, First up, the best actress in a supporting role. One of the nominations is Melissa McCarthy from Bridesmaids. Now, I've seen Bridesmaids, and Melissa McCarthy, while funny, does not deserve an Oscar nomination. Let's be honest. I think this is purely because that everybody prefers her and everything. They thought she was the best part of the whole film. Sure, the movie made her, a star, but really, there's no need for an Oscar nomination. Yeah, sure, shitting in the sink. Yeah, that gets you an Oscar nomination. I don't really see that. Um, Best actor in supporting role. One of the nominations is Jonah Hill from Moneyball. Now think about it. Jonah Hill has been in. He's been in Knocked Up. He's been in Funny People and Superbad. Now and also The Sitter. I have not seen Moneyball. It's out on DVD, so I probably will check it out eventually. Um, but really, Jonah Hill. I mean, look, I'm sure his performance is fantastic. He was nominated for a Golden Globe, which is great. I'm glad he's getting, he's starting to get his star rising and everything instead of just being in the mindless poop jokes and dick jokes and all that kind of crap and kind of movies that he's in, like The Sitter. But I don't think he really deserves an Oscar. I mean, if I wanted to put one person in there, I think it should have been Albert Brooks for Drive. I freaking love Drive. It is one of the best surprising movies I saw last year. Uh, Ryan Gosling did a fantastic job in that film, and Albert Brooks' character, it was a complete change. Now think about it. This guy was the voice of the father in Finding Nemo. Now imagine that dad having that voice and then going to his actual body and everything, and he looks so nice and everything, but when you cross him, he will make you think that you're his friend, and then he'll slice your arm open and let you bleed to death. If you've seen the film, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he should have been nominated for Best Actor in a Supporting Role because his performance was quite impressive. I really enjoyed that film. If you get a chance, check it out this when it comes out on Tuesday. It's a really terrific film if you're into the '80s kind of feel kind of movies. Um, Another one I had a problem with was the Best Actress in the Leading Role having Rooney Mara with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Now I'm not saying that her performance is not necessary. I mean, or not needed. Her performance as Elizabeth was fantastic. Uh, Almost on the same line as Numi Rap, Rapace, what you know what I'm talking about? The original Elizabeth and the other girl movies. Her performance was excellent, but this was her first big film, and I don't really necessarily think that she needed to be in this category. I think this was just a last minute decision, in my personal opinion, because of there wasn't a lot of memorable ones. Well, there was, but I don't think Rooney Mara really needs to be in there. I mean, let the other girl films come out with the girl who played with fire and the girl who kicked the hornet's nest. Have those films come out and then nominate her if her performance gets any better. But right now, I think it's a little too early. So um, yeah, and also a good friend of mine, Jared, who is a friend who I talked to on Facebook, and he's also a really awesome guy to talk to. He brought up a good point of saying, "Why no Super 8?" And that's a good thing. I mean, I don't understand why Super 8 was not in any category for this film for the Oscar nominations. Super 8 was an awesome film to just watch. It had like that good Steven Spielberg kind of feel to it. Well, actually, it was kind of like a Steven Spielberg. Excuse me, it was like a Steven Spielberg film. J.J. Abrams pretty much said it himself. Steven Spielberg was an inspiration for Super 8. Um, but yeah, I don't understand why they don't have anybody in there. I mean, not for visual effects, not for music, not for sound design, sound editing, anything. I'm really surprised. I think that Super 8 was definitely a clear Oscar nomination. Maybe not for like the best actresses or anything like that, but maybe for original screenplay or best visual effects or best sound editing. They did a fantastic job in that film, and I'm really surprised that they were nominated for it. So, um, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's really the only problem. That's really some of the things I have a trouble with. I'm having trouble with the Oscar nominations. I'm not impressed. I'm really not impressed by this at all. And I'm sure the artist, that black and white silent film, is going to be winning a lot of awards because I've been hearing a lot of buzz about it. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to checking that out if they ever bring it here, which I highly doubt. My theater sucks. so so yeah, that's pretty much about it. You guys got any opinions out there? If you guys want to say something, feel free. I'm going to be hopefully getting back to doing some quick video reviews soon since I'll be having enough time, but that's a subject I won't get into right now. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I guess that's it. As I said, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about the Oscar nominations, about what films should have been in the category, and anything you had a problem with, all that kind of stuff. Feel free to comment about it, and I'll get back to you guys hopefully soon to do another review soon. So until next time, take care.